Are you a football fan? Have you ever found yourself wondering, what in the world was that ref thinking? Well, Mike D, the referee, is here to help you. Join me on Whistle Talk as I talk to professionals on the field and in the booth to help you understand what is going on inside the mind of a football official. Oh, music cut off a little bit quickly on me. Sorry about that. Hey, all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to our next episode of Whistle Talk. Tonight, doing something a little bit different. I got on 4 guests from around the country, and we are going to be playing a little game of Whistle Talk Jeopardy tonight. But before we dive into it, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure if you're following tonight on YouTube, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. If you're listening or watching on Spotify and Apple, hit those like and subscribe buttons. And please write your reviews again. Those funky algorithms, which I know nothing about, they say that it helps get my word out there a little bit better. So I appreciate you all. If you can just hit those buttons, it don't cost you a darn thing. And if you do want to pay something out and you wanna help me out, you can always buy me a beer, or Daniel can talk about it. Buy me a bourbon too, but it's classified under buy me a beer. Yeah, Daniel's looking for the bourbon right now. You can buy me a beer, just a little thing to help support the show, but no obligation whatsoever. So tonight, again, a little bit of a different show. I got Daniel Chamberlin joining me again tonight. He's going to be my co-host for our Jeopardy game. And then we got from across the country, I've got John Butchko joining us from Ohio, Dave Ryden, my local guy here from Jersey. And then I got Sam Mickens, a former Jersey guy, but now from the state of Virginia. So, Daniel, I'm going to start off with you as the co-host. If you want to give the listeners a little background information about you, and then we'll go from there.
Absolutely. Hey, I'm Daniel Chamberlin. I'm a high school football coach here in Oklahoma, currently kind of filling an assistant/analyst role up in the northeast part of the state. I do a couple podcasts, the football coaching podcast with Joe Daniel. That's our primary show, or my primary show. It's kind of where I cut my teeth about 3 years ago. And then since then, Kenny Simpson and I have started the Coaching 101 podcast. So that's a couple places you can find me. I also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Chamberlain Football Consulting. That's where I help out other coaches from youth to wherever. I mean, if you need an extra assistant on your team, that's the place to go find a tier that helps you out. And that's me in a nutshell.
All right, John, how about yourself?
Hi, I'm John Butchko. I'm the head football coach at Bucyrus High School in Ohio. I'm also the middle school's assistant principal. I've had a winding career that's seen me in probably the lowest level of professional football, the now defunct Continental Indoor Football League. Also spent time at several high schools. This is my 3rd stop as a head coach. I'm originally a Canton native, diehard Buckeyes and Browns fan. But thank you for having me. And Daniel, I follow a lot of the guys that you work with, so it's amazing our paths haven't crossed before.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Thanks for joining us. And Mr. Dave Ryden, how about yourself, sir?
How's everybody doing? My name is Dave Ryden. I coached high school football up till about 20 years ago when I turned over to the dark side and became the athletic director at Marlboro High School. I still am heavily involved with all the athletics, but football is my passion. Grew up in Middlesex, New Jersey, which is right next to Rutgers, but I went to West Virginia University. Wanted to get away from New Jersey for a little bit, but Jersey's my roots, and I'll be here forever. And I've known Mike for about over 20 years. We used to coach together, and Mike just never ran a screen. Don't know why.
Okay. That's an old story, but yeah. I did. You just didn't block. All right, and last but not least, Sammy, what's going on? Sam Mickens.
Hey, how you guys doing? I'm originally from Union, New Jersey. Ended up playing my college career at Montclair State for Rick Giancola. Played with Mike there, and ended up I guess, coached at Kane for a year or two, and then ended up down here at a school called Trinity Episcopal School. It's a private school, and just happy to be on the show.
Well, gents, appreciate all four of you taking your time out tonight. So, what we got going on here tonight, and I kind of already shared my screen, but we got our Jeopardy board set up here. So we got 5 different categories, and from left to right, I'll go through our category lists. First one is going to be our equipment and uniforms, which everybody loves the equipment police and the fashion police that we got going on, especially at the high school level. And just to clarify for everybody, we are going to be talking about NFHS rules tonight, so rules and regulations. So we got our equipment and uniforms. Then we move on. We got penalties and the enforcement. Third category is going to be game, play, and possession. The fourth game, which is all the football officials' favorite part of the game, is the kick game. And then the last one, I figured I'd throw my coaches here a bone and just go with an easier type topic, which they're probably all familiar with the passing game. So those are our 5 topics. We got 5 point values per topic. If after Daniel's going to read the questions out loud, we'll go through, call out your name, and then we'll ask you for what your answer is. Not going to be true to Jeopardy. You don't have to say what is, and you won't get penalized for that. But if you're an ardent Jeopardy fan and you have a habit of doing that, you won't get penalized for that either. So just try to give me the best answer to the best of your ability, and we'll go from there. And informally, I'll also help answer any questions too. So if there's something like, Mike, what the hell are you talking about? What does that rule even mean? Well, that's what we're doing this game for. So we're just kind of making it into a little gameplay type of scenario, but we're trying to learn the game and just trying to help everybody else out there with some unique plays. And once we get through this board, we will have our final Jeopardy question. So, gentlemen, what I'm going to ask you to do, and John was the only one to do his homework assignment. Dave, his dog ate it, and Sam didn't get the email that I sent him because I sent it to the wrong Sam Mickens. So, but what you're going to do, you'll write down what your bet is going to be after you see the category, and then we'll go right down the line from lowest score to highest score to see what you got for that one, and we'll finish it off there, and then we'll conclude it by cheersing. And if you guys want to grab a beer and grab a drink, we'll have a salute, and then we'll get the heck on out of here and go watch some baseball. We'll go watch some World Series. Any questions before we begin?
No, sir.
Nothing.
Is this real money we're playing for, Mike?
Yeah, the check's in the mail, Dave.
You got it.
All right. So, pre-production, I already we did a coin flip because I'm a referee, so we did a coin flip, and somehow I got a 3-headed coin. And all right, I'm lying to you. John did his homework assignment, so he gets to have the first choice here. So, Mr. John Butchko, your category and your point value, please.
Passing game for 100.
Oh, he's starting off with the easy ones. All right, here we go. Daniel, you're on the clock.
Let's get it. Defensive pass interference starts when the ball is what?
Ooh.
Oh, I got John putting his logo up first.
When the ball is thrown.
When the ball is thrown is correct. So we got 100 points right there. Told you he went with the easy one.
Here, I'm going to use the
All right.
track, Mike.
You're not my boss. You can't fire me.
It's in my hand.
All right, John, how about another one?
Kicking game for 100, please.
Kicking game for 100. All right, so here we go.
Right.
K and R. So when we talk about K and R, just before I interrupt Daniel, K is going to be our kicking team. R is going to be the receiving team. If you see a question that has A and B, A is our offense, B is our defense. All right, so go ahead, Daniel.
All righty. So kicking team is 4th and 5 at the receiving team's 30-yard line. Kicking team's field goal attempt is tipped at the line of scrimmage and comes up short. R1 recovers the ball at the receiving team's 5-yard line and runs for a touchdown. What is the result of the play?
All right, Dave. I think Dave had that one first.
That's a touchdown.
That is a touchdown, and the next play will be for the point after. So the ball never crossed the end line or the goal line, so it is still a live ball. And what we like to say in the officiating world, a kick is a kick is a kick, and a field goal is basically a punt that can score. So if it doesn't cross the goal line, it's not a touchback. It's a live ball, scoop and score. So we got a 99-yard punt return in essence there. So, all right, 100 points for you, Dave. What do you got?
You gonna put the board back up?
Sure. Technicalities.
Let's go. Equipment and uniforms for 100.
Equipment and uniforms for 100.
Describe what would be considered a legal visor that can be worn on a helmet.
All right, Dave, you had flashed it first.
Legal helmet is one that is clear, unless the player has a doctor's note that it can be a little bit darker.
Clear without the presence of any tint. That doctor's note. My dad's a doctor. He wrote me a note. It don't matter anymore, but we're still going to give it to you. And I lied. My dad's not a doctor, but you'd be amazed at how many parents are doctors when it comes to getting the visors out there.
Yep.
So that was another 100 points. So Dave's now in the lead, 200 points. John with 100 points. Sam is sitting in his car. Come on, buddy. Let's go. All right, Dave, what else?
I got you.
Let's stay with equipment and uniforms for 200.
200 it is. Equipment and uniforms.
Playing Jeopardy.
Name the required color for the home team's jersey.
All right, that time was Sam. What do you got?
Well, here in Virginia, home team has to be dark color.
Darker colored. There you go. 100 points for you, Mr. Mickens. Sorry, 200 points for you. Welcome to the board. Welcome to the game, my friend. All right. So we're getting the easy ones out. I like how you guys are avoiding the tougher ones so far.
Let's go passing game for 500.
Oh, here we go. Passing game for 500.
I had to Ric Flair that one. Here we go. The quarterback throws a forward pass, which is batted down by the defense behind the line of scrimmage, in which A's quarterback catches the ball and proceeds to throw the ball again, where it is caught by A's wide receiver for a touchdown. What is the ruling?
Sammy, what do you got?
Time.
That is a touchdown.
Sam, I'm sorry to inform you that is incorrect.
An illegal forward pass.
Wasn't it batted back to him?
Oh,
You buzzing in still?
Yeah, Dave threw his up first on. What do we got, Dave?
Illegal forward pass.
That is an illegal forward pass because it is two passes. We are not allowed in NFHS rules because it was a forward pass first. It's an illegal forward pass. So that is going to be a spot foul, one of the few left in high school football, 5-yard spot foul, plus a loss of down in that scenario. So that one's a tough one. All right, so Mr. Ryden is plus 500 on that one. Yeah, that one stings a little.
Yeah, that hurt.
Let's go. Let's stay with the passing game for 300.
Oh, by the way, there's no double Jeopardy, so don't be bouncing around the board looking for the double Jeopardy questions. Here we go.
A 3rd and 10 from the defense's 12. The offense's pass into the end zone results in a defensive pass interference. Where is the next down and where is the ball placed? What is the next down and where is the ball placed?
I got John on that one.
all right. We'll have 3rd down over again from the 6-yard line. So that'd be 3rd and 4 from the 6.
Nailed it.
Yep.
So, misconception, high school football, automatic first down. No sirree, Bob. Okay, it is a replay of the down unless that 15-yard gets you enough for the first down. And in this scenario, it's from the 12-yard line, so we're going half the distance. So 3rd and 4 from the 6-yard line is spot on. Well done, John. All right, your choice, my friend. You clear out the board.
Here. We'll go penalties and enforcement for 100.
All right.
What's the penalty for running into the kicker?
John's on that one again.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
That is a 5-yard penalty is correct. John, what if it's roughing the kicker?
That would be 15.
15.
Is there anything else with that 15 for roughing the kicker?
Automatic first down.
Yes, sir. One of the few penalties of an automatic first down. Okay, roughing, and roughing. Roughing the kicker, roughing the quarterback, and roughing the snapper/holder are your automatic first down penalties. All right, John.
Penalties
You're still
for 200.
What happens when both teams commit dead ball fouls prior to the snap?
Sam, was that your hand or were you scratching your nose?
No, I scratched my nose on that one.
All right, then Dave, you're up.
Offsetting.
They offset, correct. So, Mr. Ryden with that. So right now, our score, we're almost a quarter of the way through. Team Ryden's at 900, Team Butchko's at 500, and Team Mickens has got some work to do.
Don't worry.
All right, Dave, you're up.
Let's stay with penalties and enforcement for 300.
What is the penalty and yardage for a defensive player illegally hitting a receiver who is running a route and not a threat to block before the ball has been thrown?
I'll take a shot at it. Is it illegal contact? Is that the first thing? Is that correct?
Illegal contact is not a term that we use in high school. That is definitely an NFL term. But
Okay.
we'll go with it. Continue with it. What do you think the penalty yardage is going to be?
Oh, gosh. It's 10 yards.
That is correct, sir.
But what is it called? It's not pass interference. What would you call it?
Illegal use of the hands.
The hands.
Okay, and that signal is going to be almost like an illegal block. And this is an old school one, and this one I can't lie to you. This one is a difficult one for us officials to catch because, and for the guys that played college football out there, what are middle linebackers taught to do on that drag route with the tight end coming across the middle? What have they been taught to do?
Collision.
Blow their ass up. Come on, let's
Yeah. Collision all crosser.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, and the high school level, if that guy coming across the middle is not a threat as a blocker, you can't lay hands on him. So
Wow.
It is illegal use of the hands, and it's a 10-yard penalty. So you still do see it. And I could tell you here in Jersey, when I know I've talked about it with our 6-man mechanics, we don't have a deep official playing center field as in the 7-man mechanics or 5-man mechanics. So that's typically happening in my peripheral vision. And it's a tough key for the outside guys to catch it. So it's one of those ones that I'm not going to lie, does sometimes go uncalled. Not as much as it should get called. So it's a difficult one to call unless you get that deep center field officials. They're able to really catch that one. So, Sam, we gave you credit on that one. So you got the next choice, my friend.
Let's go gameplay and possession for 100.
What foul occurs when 12 defensive players are on the field prior to the snap, and what is the penalty yardage?
All right, that looks like John there.
Legal substitution, and it's a 5-yard penalty.
Legal substitution for a 5-yard penalty. That is correct, sir. What happens if we got it post-snap?
Illegal participation?
Yep, that's 15 of them.
That's going to be 15. That's a 15-yard penalty. And we just had a fun one here in Jersey a couple weeks ago of an illegal participation call. We're not going to dive into that one much. So let's take a quick pause here for really quick. I want to look here at our. So we got Edward jumping in, talking about punt and a field goal equals a scrimmage kick. That is correct. Ed is following us. And then we got Michael here. So got a couple things. Technically, they cancel, but a live ball foul are offsetting fouls. Okay, he is correct. And he says he saw John flash this logo up first time a few times. So we're trying our best here, Mike. I apologize.
Hey, thank you, Mike. I emails about that hitting the crosser thing to fire off in this break. I got some guys I got to talk to about that.
This is
So
frames win games, right? Like if you play first person shooters, you know the internet connection that matters.
I just had that conversation on a Kahoot with our middle schoolers today.
well, there you go. So did we give John the points on that one? Did I add the 300 on that one for you?
I don't know if you did or not.
I didn't see a question on that.
There we go.
Yeah.
There's that one.
100.
There it is. So we got the 100 on there. All right. All right, John, you're still up.
Game plan possession 200, please.
What's the result when a punt is blocked and recovered by the kicking team behind the line of scrimmage?
John.
I see John.
It can be advanced when we play on. So it's where it's dead.
Blood.
Oh.
Oh, wait, we got a typo here. The result when a punt is blocked and recovered by the kicking team behind the line of scrimmage was supposed to be past the line of scrimmage. John, you are correct. Behind the line of scrimmage can be advanced. So this is my education background here. I typed this up wrong. That is correct. So if it was recovered by the receiving team, okay, or I should say if it's recovered beyond the line of scrimmage, it's going to be the receiving team's ball. So it's just going to be down in that scenario. So, John, good call. My typing error. So I apologize.
Well, even if they recovered it by downing it, then they still would not advance for enough for the first down, so it still would go over to the receiving team, correct?
Correct.
No,
Yeah. So instead of recovered, it should say down here, and then it would be correct.
All right, John. John, you've now tied it up with Dave, both at 900, and Sam, you're even. So we're good. We're right there.
Yeah.
Dave, your kids want to play?
all four of them.
Passing game for 400, please.
Passing game for 400. Here we go.
A 1st and 10 from A's 35-yard line. A's quarterback throws the ball down the sideline where A's wide receiver jumps to catch the ball while in bounds. Before feet touch the ground, B's DB pushes A's wide receiver who lands out of bounds. What is the ruling? I see Sam.
That is an incomplete pass. You do not have forced out of bounds in high school.
Incomplete pass is correct, Sammy. I think all three of you guys threw your hands up, but I think Sammy got you there by a hair on that one.
Yeah.
All right. 400 pointer. Mr. Mickens, you are up.
Yeah, let's go passing game for 200.
Finishing out the passing game.
Who is awarded possession if both A and B simultaneously catch the ball? I see John quickly there.
I saw John there, yeah.
The offense. A simultaneous catch.
Yep, that is A. The old school saying of tie goes to the runner, well, tie goes to the offense in this scenario. And it's actually quite odd. You don't really see too many simultaneous catches because usually if A gains possession of it and they hit the ground, well, they're down at that point in time. So can't sit there and be wrestling for the ball when the play is already over.
Yeah.
All right, so John gets that point. Takes the lead now.
All right. Penalties for 400.
What are the options for the returning team when the kicking team's kickoff goes out of bounds? You must give 3 of the 4 options.
All right, Mr. Ryden, you had your hand up on that one.
Re-kick. Take it at the 35. Or it might be the 40. I don't know. I don't know which one high school is, but take it as a spot foul. Or not a spot foul. Take it as a at the 35, I think it is. And sorry. And damn, I only got 2.
All right, Dave, you are getting our. Hold on, we got to get Dave here first. There you go. Blew the whistle on Dave. He lost points on that one. So Team Ryden. All right, John, what do you got?
We got a free kick with a 5-yard penalty.
Free kick with a 5-yard penalty is correct.
Take it at it ends up being the 35, but it's 25 yards from the kick.
Correct.
And then decline the penalty. Take it right out.
Decline the penalty, and what would they do if they declined the penalty?
That would end up where the ball went out of bounds, right? We just take the penalty right there.
That is correct, sir. So you nailed it. So you got 3 out of the 4 options. 5 yards from the previous spot and re-kick, 25 yards from the kick spot, or 5 yards from where it went out of bounds, or if it can be declined and taken at the spot where it went out of bounds. So those are your 4 options in that scenario. They're trying to get away from the re-kick because kickoffs, as you're seeing in all levels, are where a lot of the injuries happen. So the 25-yard is important to understand because if there was a penalty prior to the kickoff, say you had an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty and they kicked off instead of from the 40-yard line, they kicked off from the 25-yard line, well, the other team's going to get possession at the 50-yard line. The third one is 5 yards from where the ball went out of bounds. So if the ball goes out of bounds at the 40, you're going to get the ball at the 45. If the ball goes out of bounds at the 5, well, you could take the ball at the 10, but you're not going to want that. You're going to want the ball 25 yards, so you'll take it at the 35. And the last one is you just completely decline it and take the ball at the spot that it went out of bounds, which I honestly don't know many people that have ever done that scenario before, unless the ball went out at the 35-yard line, or the 30-yard line, I should say, and you're going to get it at the 35, but it's all going to happen. All right, let's check what we got going on in the chat. 5 yards from the spot out of bounds, Edward. That is correct. Now, here's the bonus question here, but not for any points. Where does that ball get placed between the hashes? No extra points here, John, so you could just call that one out.
Wherever you'd like. You got center, middle, and right hash. Or left, middle, and right. You can pick.
Hold on a second. That's incomplete. That is incorrect. Daniel, I saw you raise your hand on that one.
I think it has to go to the hash wherever it went out of bounds. That's not one of the options for choosing your hash.
That is correct. So that one is one that is often mistaken. And we actually just tried having it happen this past weekend in the game that I worked. The coach is like, well, I wanted the ball in the middle. I'm like, Coach, it's where the ball goes out of bounds. You get it at that near hash. So, all right. Did we give John? Yeah, we gave John his points. So John's kind of running away with it here.
Equipment and uniforms for 3.
We wrong one.
Wrong one.
Escape button.
Escape. There we go.
Which official is responsible for examining and approving game footballs?
John, once again.
The umpire.
I feel like John has read the rule book.
Right.
It's in my pocket every Friday. I don't know. I don't go out there without it.
Well, that is correct. So pregame, I'm out there as an umpire. I'm checking the ball, making sure that, well, A, it's not a soccer ball. That's the biggest thing I'm concerned about. But more so with the kicking balls is one thing that I personally am looking for. I want to make sure the kicking ball is not overly slick because that's the ball that's going to the other team. So, but if the team, I'm not going to go out there with a pressure gauge and measure the pressure of the air in the ball like Tom Brady likes it. Some teams like the ball a little bit softer. Some teams like it a little bit harder. I kind of just making sure that it's it's legal, it's got the stamp on it, and we can play football from there. But the kicking ball is the one I do kind of look at 'cause I want to make sure that there's nothing greased up on that one.
I'll give you an interesting thing. And we went to Ohio and played a game, and they took our balls and they weighed them. Both head coaches. We walked in to a separate area with the officials, and they weighed each one of our game balls.
Wow. Now, was that a game that they used your own personal game balls, or were they
Oh yeah,
bringing in balls?
no,
Interesting.
no. It was a, I guess you'd call it like a national type game or whatever. And I don't know what the difference was, but yeah, I walked with the balls. They said, "You come with me. Don't lose sight of them." We walked in a room. They had a scale, weighed all, 8 balls and 4 balls each. Yeah.
That's interesting. And now looking at the chat too, Michael does bring up a point. In the rule book, it does state the referee. I know a lot of states mechanically are going to have the umpire do that, and that's where we do it. And I know pretty much universal, but technically it is the referee. But that's going to be a referee saying, "Mike, go check the footballs." So it's something that I always do, and most of the groups do. All right, so John, you're still on the clock here.
Kicking game for 300.
Kicking game for 300. The one I already pulled up.
Kicking team has 4th and 3 at the receiving team's 40. Kicks punt is coming down near receiving team's 5-yard line. The airborne kick is caught by K50 at the receiving team's 5.
What kind of ruling do you have? And by K50, it's K's number 50 to clarify that. Mr. Ryden.
So it's down at the 5, right? K50 is the number, right? So they kick it.
K50 is the uniform number.
It's the uniform number, right? So it's down at the 5.
That would be incorrect, my friend. John?
That would be illegal touch.
Not the right terminology. I don't know if I can give you that one.
It's the other one. All right, I'm wrong.
Sam, any shot?
No, I'm not taking that one. I'll let everybody else go back.
So we got kick catching interference. Kick catching interference, because the ball has not been grounded and it states the airborne ball, the airborne kick. We got to give the receiving team an opportunity to make a play on the ball, even if they're not near the ball. We got to give them that opportunity. So this will be kick catching interference. So, and that is a 15-yard penalty. So it'd be 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. All right, John, you're still up.
Kicking for 200.
Kicking team has 4th and 10 at their own 20. Kicking team's punt is rolling and is touched by kicking team 97 at the receiving team's 40. R23 picks the ball up and runs to the K15, where he fumbles. K3 recovers the ball at the K10. I see John. Oh, Sam did too. I don't know. They were both kind of there.
You got it. You can take it. I'm fine.
All right, we're going back to the first touch at R40.
Bingo.
Muff,
First
right?
touching at R40. That's
Muff
one of
rule.
those nuanced ones that a lot of people aren't sure about. I'm just looking there. All right, so John, where are we at? There we go. All right. Keep
All
going,
right.
John.
Equipment for 400.
Oh, Daniel, you're muted.
Sorry, I clicked it. It didn't unmute. Here we go. Kicking team must be made of a pliable material which raises the lowest point of the ball no more than how many inches off the ground?
Mr. Ryden.
3.
Incorrect.
Took a shot in the dark.
I'll try it.
Sam.
6.
Incorrect. John.
I'll go 2.
Correct.
This guy.
6 inches off the ground.
He's rolling right now.
Oh, he's on a roll. He's on a heater.
I wish it was like this when I played blackjack. Here we go.
Yeah.
Gameplay for 3.
A 3rd and 5 from the offense's 43. Defense intercepts the ball at the 50. During the return, fumbles at A37, which is recovered by the offense and down. What is the next down?
Mr. Ryden.
First down.
First down from the 37-yard line. That is correct. So A will retain the ball and it will be first down again. Even though they didn't get the line to gain because there was the change of possession and then a rechange of possession, it starts from scratch there. All right, Dave's out of the negatives. So, Sammy, you're sitting at 0. Mr. Ryden's at 100. And John's at 2,100. You guys got some makeup time here still, so we're still good.
Let's go equipment and uniform for 500.
All right, Ryden, your choice.
Equipment and uniform for 500.
List the 2 series of numbers that are allowed for a player to be considered an eligible receiver if they also meet the formation requirement.
John half buzzed and shook his head no.
We'll try it.
Going for it.
I'll take it.
We'll go 0 to 49 and 80 to the number 89.
Close, but no cigar.
Oh boy, I forgot the obvious extra.
Sam?
I'm going to go 0 to 49, and then it's 80. Is it 80 to 90?
Also incorrect.
Ready?
Dave?
Is it 80 to 90?
0 to 49. 80 to 99.
99?
Yep.
That is correct.
Them old
Eligible
Eligible
Number-
numbers in high school can be number
Thank you,
99.
Yeah.
Those 90 numbers.
Dave
look
got on
weird.
the process of elimination.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Ryden, you're up.
So, penalties and enforcement for 500.
Penalty for offensive holding behind the line of scrimmage. Where would the enforcement spot be from if the end of the run was beyond the line of scrimmage?
All right. Nobody on that. Oh, Sam?
Yeah. Isn't it 10 yards from the end of the run?
Oh, I hit the wrong button. We're going to go from the previous spot.
God, dog it.
Put my hand up.
I'm out.
Oh, I'm sorry, Dave. Yep. So in this scenario, because the penalty happened behind the line of scrimmage, and this was the one that used to be the big killer in high school, they recently changed that penalty used to be from the spot of the foul. So if it was a pass play and the tackle was 6 yards behind the line of scrimmage, it ended up being a 16-yard penalty. But now, because the end of the run happened beyond the line of scrimmage, we're going to go to the previous spot. Now, if the hold happened beyond where that end of the run was, so say it was by a wide receiver 10 yards downfield, then you would have had it at the
end of the run. Right.
Correct. All right. I forget if I took points off or not, but it doesn't matter at
Don't
this
worry
point. We're
about it.
having
I'm so
fun.
deep in the neg.
All right, Dave, I think you had the last correct answer, so you're up.
Gameplay and possession for 400.
After a timeout or an official timeout, the play clock is set to what time?
John,
25.
bingo. Anytime we got ourselves a stoppage in play caused by an official, we're going to go with a 25-second. All right, John, we got 3 more left.
Gameplay for 500.
Name 3 times that a team can choose the placement of the ball between the hashes.
And we already know one of them that it's not.
I'm gonna try it.
Mr. Mickens.
So on a PAT try,
On a point after, correct?
on a free kick,
Correct.
and the third one. Yeah.
Don't overthink it.
I'm overthinking it.
Yes, you are.
I don't know
right.
a third.
Dave?
Kickoff is the third one.
On a kickoff would be another one.
Isn't that the free kick or no?
Free kick would be after a safety.
Well, you could have a free kick for an awarded. So yeah, Sam, you're right.
You're good. You're fine. No, you're fine.
Mm.
That's why I was stuck because it's any free kick, isn't it?
Yeah. So after a fair catch, you have that free kick scenario, and that's where I was going with. So if you're looking to get a free kick with that field goal, that funky field goal after a fair catch, or an awarded fair catch because of a violation, you're allowed to spot the ball anywhere between the hashes. PAT, which is the try, kickoff, start of overtime, after a safety, again, where we're kicking it from, and following a touchback are going to be your options on that one.
That one gets, that gets a little complex, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It does. And that's why the common ones are going to be on your touchbacks, on the point after, and basically on your kickoffs are the most common ones that it comes into play.
Yeah.
So just to clarify for the people watching, your returner returns a kickoff from the 3 to the 18. You can then pick which hash you want it on. You can pick where you want it.
No, it's before the kickoff. Yep. So it's where the kicking team can choose to kick the ball off from. So once that return happens, we're going from where the ball ends up. So if it's outside the hashes, we're bringing it back to the ticks. If it's inside the hashes, it's going from that spot. Unless it's a fair catch. All right. Mr. Ryden, we've got kick game or kick game. Which one would you like?
You give me my points? Kick game for 400.
Nah, you didn't earn them.
You're an ass.
The kicking team has 4th and 10 at the receiving team's 40. K1's punt hits an unsuspecting receiving player in the back at the receiving team's 5. Kicking team's number 40 attempts to recover but muffs it. The ball continues to roll into the end zone and is recovered by kicking team's number 56.
John.
I've got a touchdown.
That would be incorrect.
Oh.
So the only other thing it could be is a touchback.
That's correct.
That is correct. That one would be a touchback. So, because it's the kicking team with the muff, there was never possession gained. So that one's going to go back to first touching.
Once it hits the receiving team, it's not considered a live ball at that point?
Let me reread this before I make myself look even more foolish because I had one typo already. Punt hits an unsuspected in the back.
Yeah, that'd be it.
So K attempts to recover it, not R, which is why it wouldn't be a touchdown. So basically you have first touching, so the kicking team muffs it and forces the ball into the end zone. So that's why it's still K, so it's going to be R's ball. So K created the force to put the ball into the end zone. All right. John was the only brave soul. I'm going to penalize him on that one. Here we go, our last one.
That's the head coach getting really mad on the sideline call right there, right?
This one right here.
You touched it first. It's my ball.
Yeah.
Kicking team has 4th and 10 at the 50-yard line. K's short punt is muffed by the receiving team at the 45. The ball bounces back behind the neutral zone and is recovered by K79 at the K47. He runs to the R42 and is tackled there. What's the outcome?
This is like Algebra 2 trigonometry.
Yeah. This is a really good one. I only know because we talked about it recently.
For the touchback.
I think I saw Dave's hand. Dave, did I see your hand?
No, I was complaining that I didn't get the points for the touchback answer. This game's under formal protest.
Plus sign a bunch of it didn't work.
But I'll give you an answer to this one until I get the points taken away. I'm going to say it is the.
I gave you the points.
No, you didn't. You just did. He runs to the 42 and is tackled there. The ball's right there.
Whose ball?
Whose possession?
The kicking team.
K or R?
Is that who? Well, it says recovered by number 79 and runs to the 42. So it's the kicking team's ball at the 42.
That is correct.
That is the very special rule we just discussed, Mike and I, last week about if the punt touches the ground or a player and then comes back behind the line of scrimmage, then it's live, right? Then anyone can advance it.
That is correct.
Well, the one thing I learned is that I need to be on Whistle Talk more often.
Hey, you come on once and you learn all kind of stuff.
I did.
Recognizing the rules at my house. You know what I mean?
Now, I call Mike every Friday.
So right now, I do get a number of text messages. So we got a tie here between Team Ryden and Team Butchko. And Sam, you're back to 500 points. Look at that. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, here we go.
So, gents, I've got one more slide to share with you.
Bet it all.
Stop sharing, and let me go back to sharing our final Jeopardy screen. All right, before we move on to the final Jeopardy question, I have to come out, full disclosure, in my haste to get the show up and running and prepared, I made a faux pas with our final Jeopardy question. Our final Jeopardy question is actually an NCAA rule, not an NFHS rule. And you'll see from the questioning, I kind of made a big goof on it. So I just wanted to come full disclosure and say it was my mistake. And hopefully you enjoyed the show and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Sam will have to write this on something he has available because you got to write it, right?
500 points. I don't care.
Sam's all in. He's pushed all the chips in.
Yeah.
Dave, you write down your bet?
Yeah, I'm going to match Sam and raise him 1,100.
Oh, okay. So now we're playing Hold'em here. All right.
John and I
category: unusual plays.
This is your.
We have to write it down.
And here we go. Oh, if you know it. All right, Dan, you want to read it off to him?
All right, here we go. A pass is thrown by the quarterback from Team A's 20-yard line towards the 22-yard line, but is blown backwards by the wind and hits the ground at the 19-yard line, where it is recovered by the defense, who runs it in for a touchdown.
Ooh.
What is the ruling?
Oh. It's the
All right, Mr. Mickens, we're going to start off with you at the gift of 500 points. What do you think we got here?
I think you have a backwards pass, and then you'd have a touchdown.
That is correct. So that brings Mr. Mickens' total up to 0 plus 1,000 somehow. I don't know. He's got 1,000. Mr. Ryden, what do we got? Oh, you're changing your answer right now. You cheating son of a gun, you.
Just 2 days.
I just saw him writing after the end.
Oh, man, I would never do anything like
That's
that.
rolling over his grave.
Okay, either have touchdown.
Let's see the other side of the paper.
It's either an
Internet
or a
you call
touchdown.
it
Which one do you want? I'm going to say it's a touchdown.
two-headed quarter. What?
Hey, that's an administrator right there.
And John, what did you have on that one?
I have for 1,600 and only one answer: fumble for a touchdown.
Mhm.
That is 100% correct.
Yeah.
So, Jen,
Them Jersey guys.
that's what gives us the bad name right there.
That and the Jersey Shore, man. I tell you, that series and the cheating, man.
Listen, Dave's also a big friend of Talladega Nights. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So,
Oh, absolutely.
That movie changed my life.
Robin's racing.
but yep, that one, because the wind blows it back. Even though the attempted pass was going forward, the pass came back and landed behind the quarterback. You have a backwards pass, scoop and score there for the defense. So we got ourselves a touchdown. So with that, we have a champion of Mr. John Butchko. There it is. Woo! Gentlemen, once again, I truly appreciate you guys taking the time out tonight. I hopefully you had a little fun. Hopefully
awesome.
you may have
This is
learned a
great.
thing or two. And for the fans out there that may have been listening, you have any questions, you can always email me, MikeDThereferee@gmail.com. Once again, hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on all the social medias. Follow me on Facebook. We're out there. I appreciate everybody coming on. One last time, go through a little roll call where people could possibly find you guys and what games you may have coming up and where people can cheer you on. So, Daniel, start with you once again.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Twitter at Coach Chambo OK. It's ChamberlainFootballConsulting.com. You can email me at ChamberlainFootballConsulting@gmail.com. And then, of course, over at Patreon /Chamberlain Football Consulting. Let me help you win more football games.
All right, Dave.
Dave Ryden. You can find me on Instagram at dave.ryden.72, or you can find me on X at MHS Score Updates. And our next game is the first round of the New Jersey State playoffs versus Toms River South.
John?
I'm on Twitter. I'm at John Butchko, just my name right there, and at Instagram. I don't know that I do anything that adds any value like Chamberlain, but if you want to see the rantings of a football coach that's a disgruntled Browns fan, you can come follow me on X. Thanks for having me. Our season's complete, so I got everything behind my alma mater. So good luck, Canton Central Catholic, beat Pullman Seminary, and thanks for having me.
All right. And Mr. Mickens, one last one.
Yeah, you can find me on X at ballcoach98. And then on Instagram, same. And if you ever want to catch one of our games, it's trinityes.org, or you can find it on TES Football on YouTube. This week we're facing a school called Benedictine Prep. Both teams will have plenty of national talent at 2:00 Saturday. So you can go to their website as well, which is Benedictine High School Football.
All right.
Good luck, you guys, in the playoffs. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, gents, once again, I appreciate you. This was live broadcast, and it will be published next Wednesday. It will be published. You can find it on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, so you can go back. I do have a confession. Last week when I had Daniel on, I did make an error that I sat there and thought about afterwards. It went in there and corrected it, so I do have the correction in there. I forget which exact play it was that we were talking about, Daniel, but just I proved to myself once again that I do make a mistake here and there, and this is why I rely on my third team, the rest of the officials that we have out there. To our head referee always says, if I screw up, everybody screws up, and right now I'm flying a little solo, so if I screw it up, I'm hoping that my crewmates would pick me up, just like your teammates and your other coaches. So we're all a team that's out there looking to make the game better. Hit me up with any questions. Again, Mike D, the referee. And I got to say it one last time. Let's go Yankees. Let's go.
And throw a damn screen, Mike.
That mic muted, Daniel. Keep that mic muted right now.
Yeah. No,
Right,
Mike.
Hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. This was great.
Yeah, hey, nice to meet you guys. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the heck out of it.
Have a good night, guys, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
Look,
Thank
the
you.
Yankees are winning 3-0.
If you're enjoying today's show and you want to show your appreciation to Mike D, you can buy him a beer by clicking on the link in the show notes or go to buymeacoffee.com/Mike D the referee. And as always, make sure to click follow and give 5 stars. Thanks for listening. Cheers.